Growing up, I was the responsible one. I'm Sarah Mitchell, 25 years old, and from the moment I learned to count, I was saving my pennies while my younger sister, Lisa, spent hers on candy and toys. Our parents never pointed out the difference. Maybe they noticed, maybe they didn't, or maybe deep down they knew exactly what they were doing. "Sarah, honey, can you help me with the bills?" Mom's voice carried that familiar note of worry as she called me into the kitchen. I was 16, juggling a part-time job at the grocery store while maintaining straight A's. Lisa, 2 years younger, was probably at the mall spending her allowance on the latest trends. I remember sitting at our worn kitchen table, sorting through a mountain of overdue notices. Dad's construction business had hit another rough patch, and we were struggling. Or at least, that's what they told me. "Don't worry, Mom," I said, reaching into my savings. "I can cover the electric bill this month." That was the first time. It wouldn't be the last. Fast forward 9 years. I'm at my desk at Preston & Associates, where I work as a financial analyst. My phone buzzes. Another text from Mom. "Emergency? Need to borrow $2,000. We'll pay back next month. Love you." I sigh and pull up my banking app. It's routine by now. Their emergency's my money. Every month, a new crisis. Car repairs, medical bills, house maintenance. I've never seen a single receipt, but I keep telling myself they're my parents. They wouldn't lie to me. Lisa, she's living her best life. My Instagram feed is flooded with her pictures, exotic beaches, luxury hotels, designer shopping sprees, just living my dreams. She captions each post while I clock overtime to keep up with another so-called emergency. Then, one Wednesday afternoon, my phone rings. "Hey, responsible sister." Lisa's voice is bubbly, smug. "Did you see my latest post? Paris is amazing." "Paris?" I nearly dropped my coffee. "I thought you were between jobs." "Oh, you know how it is," she laughs. "Sometimes you just have to treat yourself." Mom and Dad helped a little. They're so supportive of my influencer career. The words slam into me. Mom and Dad helped. The same parents who just borrowed $3,000 from me for urgent roof repairs. That evening, I dig through my bank statements, adding up every loan I've given them over the past year. $47,000, nearly my entire salary. But the real gut punch comes when I check Instagram again. Lisa posing in front of the Eiffel Tower in a designer outfit worth more than my rent. The caption, "Thank you, Mom and Dad, for making my dreams come true. Best parents ever. #blessed." My hands shake as I scroll through her feed. Dubai, Milan, the Bahamas. Trips I've unknowingly funded while living on instant ramen. Then the final straw. A group chat notification pops up. Mom has sent a photo of Lisa at a luxury car dealership, standing beside a brand new BMW. Congratulations to our baby girl on her new car. So proud. I stare at my own car, my 7-year-old Toyota. The one I maintain meticulously, the one I sometimes struggle to put gas in because I'm too busy paying my parents' supposed bills. I make a decision. No texts, no calls. I'm going there in person. The drive to my parents' house feels longer than usual, every mile filled with unanswered questions. But as I pull into the driveway, I spot something that stops me cold. A brand new Mercedes parked where Dad's old truck used to be. I climb out of my car and approach the house. Laughter spills from inside. Lisa's voice, bright and carefree, mingling with Mom and Dad's. Nothing like the desperate, pleading tone from their messages. The front door isn't fully closed. Through the gap, I see them in the living room. The same living room that apparently needed urgent repairs last month. Mom raises a champagne glass. "The new car is perfect, Lisa. And next month's trip to the Maldives is all booked. I can't wait." Lisa giggles. "Sarah has no idea her emergency money is funding all this, right?" Dad chuckles, the sound making my blood run cold. She's always been the responsible one. So focused on her spreadsheets and savings, she never questions anything. "Unlike you, princess, you know how to enjoy life." I freeze. Every emergency, every plea for help, every promise to pay me back. It was all a lie. My stomach twists as I lean against the doorframe. The weight of betrayal crushes me. And then, the door creaks open wider. 3 pairs of eyes snap toward me. Mom's champagne glass slips from her hand, shattering on the floor in sync with the last shred of my trust. "Sarah, Lisa recovers first, her expression morphing from shock to something almost like guilt. We were just. Just what? My voice is steady, cold, unrecognizable even to me. Just celebrating how well you've been scamming me. Dad stands up, slipping into his usual let's smooth things over tone. Now honey, it's not what you think. But this time, I know exactly what to think. And I know exactly what I'm going to do about it. The silence stretches between us, taut as a rubber band on the verge of snapping. Mom's expensive heels crunch against the shattered champagne glass as she steps forward, hands raised in placation. Sweetheart, please, let us explain. I hold up a hand, cutting her off. Explain what? That you've been stealing from me? That every so-called emergency was just a way to fund Lisa's Instagram fantasy while I worked myself to exhaustion. Lisa rises gracefully, smoothing the front of her designer dress, probably bought with my money. She sighs, exasperated. Oh, come on, Sarah. Don't be so dramatic. It's not like you were doing anything with that money anyway. You just save and save like some kind of robot. Not doing anything. I pull out my phone, already opening my banking app. Let me show you what I've been doing with my money, or rather what you've been doing with it. I start reading aloud, my voice cold. Last month, $3,000 for urgent roof repairs. Funny, the roof looks exactly the same. Month before that, $2,500 for Dad's medical bills. Was that medical bill a first-class ticket to Dubai, Lisa? Dad steps forward, his face darkening. Now listen here, young lady. We raised you, fed you, clothed you. And now you're robbing me, I finish for him. How long has this been going on? How many of Lisa's vacations have I unknowingly funded? Mom wrings her hands, her diamond bracelet catching the light, another luxury I probably paid for. Sarah, you have to understand. Lisa has different needs. Her career as an influencer requires a certain lifestyle. We were just trying to help her succeed. While sabotaging me, I let out a bitter laugh. Do you know what I've sacrificed for your fake emergencies? I live in a tiny apartment, I skip vacations, I budget every damn dollar while you throw my money at designer bags and first-class flights. Lisa scoffs, flipping her perfectly styled hair. Well, nobody asked you to be such a martyr. If you're jealous of my success, that's your problem. Success? I whip around, my anger finally breaking through. You don't have success, Lisa. You have theft. That's not success. That's fraud. The word hangs in the air, heavy as a gavel strike. Dad's face goes pale. You wouldn't, he whispers. We're family. I unlock my phone again, scrolling through my bank records. Let's talk about family. In 1 year, you've taken $47,000 from me. That's fraud. That's theft. And I have every text, every email, every transfer documented. Mom bursts into tears, but I notice how carefully she avoids smudging her expensive mascara. Sarah, please. We'll pay you back. We just needed to help Lisa get established. Stop. My voice slices through her sobs. I don't want to hear any more lies. I look around the room, really seeing it for the first time. The new furniture, the designer decor, the massive flat-screen TV. All while they beg me for money. I take a deep breath, my analyst brain kicking in. Cold, logical, unshakable. Here's what's going to happen, I say, voice steady. You're going to pay back every cent you stole. Every single penny. Lisa rolls her eyes. And how exactly do you expect us to do that? I need that money for my lifestyle. I turn to her, and whatever she sees in my expression makes her take an instinctive step back. Your lifestyle is over, Lisa. My voice is like ice. Because if I don't have a repayment plan in my inbox by tomorrow morning, my next call will be to the police. And then we'll see how well your influencer career survives a fraud investigation. Mom gasps. You wouldn't do that to us. We're your parents. No, I say quietly. You're thieves who happen to raise me. And now you have a choice to make. I turn toward the door, but pause. Just one last thing. Oh, and Lisa. I glance over my shoulder, smirking. You might want to start job hunting. I hear places actually expect you to work for money. Crazy concept, I know. As I step outside, chaos erupts behind me. Mom sobbing, Lisa screeching, Dad shouting over both of them. But for the first time in years, their drama isn't my problem. I slide into my car, exhaling as if I've been holding my breath for a decade. My phone buzzes. A notification from my bank. Another transfer request from mom, $5,000. Emergency. I delete it. Then I block their numbers. Let them figure out their own emergencies for once. Because this isn't over. Not even close. While they were busy stealing my money, I was busy too. And tomorrow? They're going to learn exactly what their responsible, boring, oldest daughter is capable of. The next morning, I stride into Preston and Associates with my head held high. My colleagues notice the difference immediately. Gone is the perpetual tension of my next family emergency. In its place, a quiet certainty that makes my boss do a double take. Sarah, Mr. Preston calls from his office. About a minute? I've been waiting for this conversation. Sitting across from him, I pull out a folder I prepared months ago, just in case. Sir, remember the discrepancy I flagged in the Harrison account? His eyebrows shoot up. The one from 3 months ago? What about it? I did some digging. I slide the folder across the desk. It's not just a discrepancy. It's systematic fraud. Someone's been siphoning money through fake invoices, and I can prove it. As he flips through the pages, his expression darkens. This is solid. Why didn't you bring this forward sooner? I hesitate, because I was too busy putting out my family's fires to focus on my own life. But that part doesn't need to be said. I needed to be sure, I reply instead. He studies me for a long moment, then nods. You just saved this company millions. The board needs to see this immediately. 2 hours later, I'm standing in the boardroom, presenting my findings to wide-eyed executives. By lunch, I have a promotion, a substantial raise, and a new title, Head of Financial Compliance. My phone buzzes nonstop throughout the day, my family trying every number they can since I blocked them all. I ignore every call, until an email arrives from Dad. Sarah, your mother is devastated. Lisa can't stop crying. Is this really how you want things to be? We made some mistakes, but we're family. We can work this out. Please come home tonight so we can talk. Love, Dad. I type back one line. I'll be there at 7. Have your repayment plan ready. 7:00 p.m. This time, when I step into their house, there's no celebration. Mom's mascara is actually smudged, Lisa's designer outfit replaced with sweatpants. Dad looks like he hasn't slept. I take a seat at the kitchen table, setting my phone down. Before you start, I should mention I'm recording this conversation. Dad visibly deflates. Sarah, please. We're trying to make this right. Great. Where's the repayment plan? They exchange glances. Mom clears her throat. Honey, we've been talking. We simply can't pay back that much right now. Lisa's contracts depend on maintaining her image. Let me stop you right there. I pull out my laptop. I've prepared 3 options. Option 1. You sell the Mercedes, Lisa's BMW, and liquidate the vacation property in Florida. I glance at their stunned faces. Oh, don't look surprised. I found that too. That would cover the debt in full. That's ridiculous. Lisa explodes. I need my car. My followers expect. I don't even look at her. Option 2. A legally binding repayment plan. 5 years, monthly payments, with interest. Dad reaches for the paper, but Mom stops him. And option 3. I shut my laptop. Option 3. I press charges for fraud. Every transfer, every text, every email. You knowingly deceived me for financial gain. That's criminal fraud. Mom gasps. Lisa's face drains of color. You wouldn't, she whispers. You stole from your own daughter, I counter. Let's not pretend anyone here has the moral high ground. Dad's hands tremble as he picks up the repayment plan. 5 years. With interest, I confirm. And there's one more condition. They wait, silent for once. You tell everyone the truth. Your friends, the family, Lisa's followers. No more pretending you're supporting her lifestyle. No more family emergencies. The truth. Lisa gapes at me. But my influencer career will have to be based on something real for once, I finish. Imagine that. Mom starts to argue, but Dad cuts her off. We'll do it. All of it. Just don't cut us off completely, Sarah. Please. I stand, smoothing my skirt. That depends entirely on you. I pick up my bag. You have until tomorrow to sign the agreement and make the first payment. After that, It's option 3. The next day, at 9 a.m., I arrive at work to an email, the signed agreement and proof of the first payment. At 9:15 a.m., I check Instagram. Lisa has posted something new. No designer outfit, no exotic vacation. Just her, sitting in a plain room, looking uncomfortable but determined. The caption starts, "Time for some honesty." It's a start. My phone rings. Mom. For the first time in years, I let it go to voicemail. I have a new department to run, and a life to live. The next few weeks bring changes I never saw coming. At work, I'm thriving. My new department has already uncovered 3 major fraud schemes, saving the company millions. Mr. Preston jokes that I have a sixth sense for financial deception. If only he knew where I learned it. But at home, well, that's more complicated. Lisa's honest Instagram post went viral, but not in the way she hoped. Influencer admits to family fraud. Not exactly the attention she was aiming for. She lost half her followers overnight, and her sponsorship deals vanished faster than my savings used to. You've ruined everything. Lisa's voice echoes through my apartment as she storms in for yet another unannounced visit. I don't look up from my laptop. Pretty sure the fraud ruined everything. I just exposed it. She flops onto my couch, her designer handbag, last season's, I note, hitting the floor. I had to get a real job, she announces, as if delivering a tragic plot twist. In retail. I finally shut my laptop. Welcome to the real world. How's that first paycheck feeling? Tiny, she mutters. I can barely afford my phone bill. Funny how that works, I say, when you're spending your own money instead of mine. Mom and Dad aren't faring much better. The Mercedes is gone, replaced by a used Honda. Their Florida vacation property is on the market, but selling a luxury home in this economy? Not so easy. We could lower the monthly payments, Mom suggests on one of her daily calls. Just until things stabilize. I don't even hesitate. The agreement is legally binding, just like all those texts you sent claiming emergencies. But something shifts. Somewhere between the complaints and the struggles, my family starts to change. Lisa, between rants about rude customers, starts asking me about budgeting. How do you make your money stretch so far? She asks one evening, actually taking notes as I explain the basics of financial planning. Dad stops making excuses and starts making amends. He takes on extra construction projects, working weekends to meet the repayment schedule. Even Mom changes. The designer labels quietly disappear from her wardrobe, replaced by department store finds. She cooks at home instead of ordering in, surprising even herself when she realizes she's actually good at it. Then, 2 months later, a call. An unfamiliar number. Lisa's new boss. Your sister is actually one of our best salespeople, she tells me. She has a way with customers. We're considering her for an assistant manager position. I don't know what shocks me more, the idea of Lisa excelling in retail or the fact that she's sticking with it. That evening, I find myself parked outside my parents' house. Through the window, I see them at the kitchen table, the same table where I used to stress over bills. But this time, they aren't fighting over money. No takeout containers in sight. Just Mom's home-cooked meal, Dad talking about work, Lisa actually listening. I could drive away. Part of me wants to. But instead, I walk up to the door and knock. Silence. Then Lisa stands, looking unfamiliar in her retail uniform, but maybe more real than she ever did in her influencer outfits. We're having lasagna, she says. Mom made enough for 4. Old habits, I guess. I look at them, really look. Mom in her Target dress. Dad with paint-stained hands. Lisa with her name tag still pinned to her shirt. They're not the family that stole from me anymore. But maybe, just maybe, they're becoming a family I can trust again. Lasagna sounds good, I say, stepping inside. We have a long way to go. Trust isn't rebuilt overnight, and the repayment plan is still firmly in place. But as I take a seat at the table, something clicks. Sometimes the biggest frauds in our lives aren't financial. Sometimes they're the stories we tell ourselves about who we are, what we deserve, and what people are capable of. My family had to lose everything to learn that lesson. But watching Lisa offer to do the dishes without being asked, seeing Dad pull out his work calendar to plan next week's projects, and hearing Mom talk about her new couponing hobby, I think for the first time, maybe, **, just maybe, Asterisk asterisk, the lesson finally stuck.